Innovations. Heatwave Tenpai Dragons. Yeah, this is all worth looking at. Make sure you guys smash the like crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Oz content. So we're going to be starting off down here with Tenpai Dragons. Sporting off Heatwave in the side deck, and this was a 3v3 tournament in the OCG. And this caught my attention because I was like, we're really doing this now? Going Ignorant Dragons with the ability to actually side in a card for a full double turn skip so that you can then proceed to put all of that damage on your opponent's field so that they lose the game. Yeah, that's exactly what you're looking at here. Hand trap ratios are exactly what you want to be seeing for a combination pile like this, and especially with the extra deck. Ugh, man, I hope you have your Trident Dragions, because this pile is going to continue to get a lot worse. Next up over here, hey, Salaman Grape with Kaiser Coliseum. We've talked a lot about the ability to wheel this cat on over to your opponent's field. Have your opponent stare at you and go, oh wow, thanks man, I really wanted to stare at your huge Link monster. Ooh woo, with, you know, the craziness behind it. You also do see the drivers, the Delta. I love Delta. This card is so cheesy, but to everybody out here, it's like, man, I want to play some Salad right now, Robbie. No, not going to get to. Kaiser Coliseum, unfortunately, does not exist in the TCG due to cards ruling issues are so crazy, it actually hurts. Next up here, okay. Pot of Extravagance in my Diviner of the Herald Voiceless Voice deck. You know, when you look at these builds and you just see like, oh man, hey, you know, like what craziness do we have to unfold into this? I mean, Extrav's good for the draw power. You have summon limits to control the pace of the game. Double Dynamondo, I've been saying that for months. It's pretty good. You have the double Doomsday Star. You have the double Horus to dump off of the what's it called. Please probably play the 2 Horus. The ability to dump that thing is actually invaluable. I don't know why people try to stray away from actually playing that card at 2, but I like it. Next up here, Yubel. Okay, wow. I mean, I'm glad to see we have the shifters. See, we're playing the Dark Beckoning Beast package in here, which, to be honest with you, I think is the way you need to be playing the deck. The ability to capitalize on the value that card has. I'm playing one Small World in here as well. I mean, okay. You also have one of the favorite trap card to make the big polymerization pushes that you really need. And we're also playing a singular Pot of Prosperity. I also love the fact we're doing one upgrade form Yubel. We're not trying to go the full way with the ultimate Nightmare, but interesting to see the little splash package. Ice barriers. You know, I still don't know why the TCG does not have ice barriers. I'm actually kind of frustrated that we don't, but this build's actually sporting off double of the Monster Reborn spell card, which a lot more people have been looking at this thing since it's a quick play, and I think a lot more heads are kind of starting to turn and go, wow, you know, like an actual good V-Jump promo. I wonder if the Soul Exchange will have the same level of impact that we're kind of seeing that this card is having. It seems like it would be a more niche card, but surprisingly not. It's been making its rounds and doing absolutely amazing. So, good stuff. And then, of course, oh, wow, we have double Yubel here. Okay, so this build's not doing the Dark Beckoning Beast stuff. We're actually just kind of streamlining. We're playing Shivara. Okay, never mind, we're playing the Dark Beckoning Beast stuff. We're not getting too crazy in with some of the little extensions. Double Super Poly with the one favorite trap card. I really wish we could play more than one of the favorite trap card. But consistency's sake kind of doesn't really let us. I see that we are playing the Puppetry down there, too. You gotta love the fact that the Puppetry just punishes your opponent, man. Like, you have so much Fiend love for this deck. Also, gotta love the Backdoor Unchained plugin that this deck actually has access to. Hey, for those of you that have been looking for a Melodious list, here you go. Ostionado and First Movement Solo, showcasing that this deck is bonkers. Non-targeting bounce off of the Fusion monster. Then you get everything back. The fact that you can force your opponent to play into it and then just go, okay, let's go ahead and bounce back everything, makes this deck like, it's very infuriating to actually play against. And the fact that we actually have this also, you get to play Rivalry of the Warlords in here, which is another very infuriating card to have to deal with. Hey, okay, so we're back in time here. We have Snake Eyes this time. Sporting off triple Effect Veiler. Now, I do want to give a shout out to Effect Veiler here. Effect Veiler's presence in the power scaling of the meta. This card's kind of nuts, actually. Being able, it's not once per turn. Like, that's the thing you care about. Like, a double Veiler might be able to close out the game on some of these matchups. And yes, this is actual, like, pure Snake Eye. Honestly, I think this does work out in terms of, you know, what you kind of want to see. Oak, such a good card, man. Also, the Ogre is kind of cute for what you want to see. All right, what else we got back here? Oh, Rescue Ace. You know, the OCG has one emergency, and they still somehow find a way to make this pile of cards actually work. To be honest with you, the deck seems so fragile at this point, but like, okay, you got Pobblers now. You've upped the consistency of your bricks by a whole whopping, what, like 10%, but you lost with the emergency. So, I don't know. Deck's also forced to play the double Super Poly for the chance to make some of the more offbeat little guys so that this deck can actually do its thing. So that's the wrap-up on Team 3. Our next team, let's, I see we have more Rescue Ace back here. You know, it's okay to not let this deck go. I think in terms of consistency, it's fine. But you do see maximizing on those bonfires. You want to make sure that you can get things going. Also, the Sinful Spoil spell card into the Hydrant. Also, double Hydrant across both lists. You know, even with Emergency Limited, you don't see people running out and going, oh my gosh, you know, like, this is totally crazy. You know, like, you need to I mean, it does help, honestly, but I don't know. I personally feel like I would want to play triple Hydrant, but okay. It's Snake Eye stuff doesn't say. Hey, speaking of more Snake Eyes, hey, look, we're playing Mega Pobbler in here. The thing next to the Diabell Star up there. The fact that we can play Mega Pobbler in this deck, and it was like the next little rendition of power-ups for this deck, just once again proves how stupid that this deck is. Also, 1-for-1 is such a broken card. A world where you can just hold your normal summon for something, or, you know, bait out something along the way with a 1-for-1. If your opponent ashes your 1-for-1 and you still have Snake Eyes Ash in your hand, you're like, thanks, man, I appreciate you. I'm now going to go ahead and full combo. Your opponent's going to be like, I hate this game. And then our last list here is this, I swear, these Valence super heavy Samurai decks where they're just turboing out into the Gallant Granite, just to normal summon the Fossil Dyna at the end of combo. And the crazy thing is like, you're playing Melodious in here too with Ostinato. Like, you're bringing all of these different engines together because they don't restrict you at all. I think this might be the modern pile deck looking at this, just with all of these different packages that you're able to actually kind of take advantage of. That's crazy. So that's the team tournament here. Now, moving on along here, we have some extra side results here from Menkanko. And let me tell you, Menkanko still getting to play Isolde means that this heroic champion build that you're seeing here is full of stupid, crazy ideas. But once again, they still have Isolde. You know, you can go through the full Cherubini extension lines. You can set up all these little combos. It's kind of cute, but we know here in the TCG, we don't get to do this. We don't get to have fun with these ideas. Out of the same tournament, hey, look, Snake Eyes with Mega Pobbler. They are playing the Subversion spell card in here. TCG's been finding out how good the Subversion spell card is, getting the chance to immediately out some of these more problematic cards just by crystallizing it into a spell and trap card. You do see the double Delta and the Gamma. I can't wait to actually see Delta get limited, but it's just a supplementary package at this point. You only play 2 of it because we're going to play the Gamma anyway, and you'll take whatever result you can actually get on the high roll for that. Next up here is, more Voiceless Voice. You do see the Odd Eyes Pendulum graph in here, but this is playing the Meteor Synchro Dragon for your Odd Eyes little interaction. I feel like we've seen a lot of ideas in the Odd Eyes department for the things that you can kind of throw around out here and try. And I think this is just another one of those examples of, you know, we really can mess around with the Odd Eyes targets. And then last but not least, we have our Snake Eyes Tier Elements deck. When I first saw this, I was taken aback. I was like, we're really playing fire now in this deck, and it does appear that way. The Snake Eyes package is just that splashable, man. the fact that you can see all of these different ideas kind of coming together here and showcasing the overall power of the package, it's kind of crazy. So what do you guys think about all of these oddities this week? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Peace.
Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.